Hello, today I'm going to show you the orchids which I have only one of, like I have only one in that genus. So to begin, this is Chrysis limingae. I got it because I like the blooms, and it's a big plant. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9 pseudobulbs and a tiny new growth there and two new growths here. And as for the root system, when I reported it had a good root system. um, it's in this basket. This is one of my two Encyclia thumpensis variety albas, and this one has got two good new growths which may actually bloom, and a small one in the back here. And right now it's growing roots all over the mount at the moment. And this is Encyclia thumpensis variety alba number 2. This one is not doing that well, although it's a bigger plant. This one grew one good new growth there, another not so, okayish one here, and it's growing this third one there. And again, this one is also growing roots, but not nearly as much in volume as that one, the one on the mount. This is my big Brassavola nodosa, and yeah, this one is also growing roots. It has grown roots all over the mount. In fact, it has started taking over the back of the mount as well. And its initial set of new growths are all undersized. I didn't expect them to be full size because I had just mounted it, and it needed a good root system. Well, it's now getting one, so the next set of new growth should be full size, and preferably all should bloom. That will be good. And that is the little Brassavola nodosa, and that one is a little piece that fell off. It didn't have great roots, but now it's growing some roots now and the new growth, so it might actually pick up later on. This is my only epidendrum big red, and right now it's growing this new growth here. As for the root system, it has an okayish root system which is slowly but surely heading towards the good side. This is my Maxillaria tenuifolia, and it still hasn't bloomed. It likes growing a lot of roots. It has grown a lot of roots since I got it, but it still hasn't bloomed. These two new growths, these two leaves suddenly stopped. I don't know why, but this one is still going, that one is still going. But I would really like to see some blooms. And I can't. No, it hasn't bloomed at all actually. And it has a good root system. It keeps growing a lot of new roots for every new growth. In fact, I think this is the one of my only orchids in which the root system is in perennial growth. It doesn't really stop growing. This is Arundina graminifolia, and this is like a one-off orchid because it is a one-off. I think it's the only species in that genus, and it's one of my favorite orchids because the flowers are nice, and it has this habit of sequentially blooming. In fact, it has been in bloom continuously from last year August to this year April, so it has done really well. And at the moment it's growing these new growths. Once they mature, they will have flower spikes. It has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new growths. So hopefully 8 flower spikes, and each flower spike roughly lasts for a month or two. So well, maybe this time it might even go more than a year. This new growth suffered a mishap. It accidentally got knocked, and funnily enough, it decided to send a little plantlet like thing. I don't know whether you would call that a kiki. Well, it's actually growing roots, so I might have to take it off and put it elsewhere to start off a new plant. But let us see what happens. This is my only Phaeus orchid, Phaeus tankerville. Nice lovely leaves. I do like the leaves on this one. They're big and they look tropical. They remind you of palms, I should think. And this one is growing a lot of roots at the moment, and it's just finishing up growing this new growth. I don't know. I've never had this orchid before, so is it supposed to produce another leaf, or is the new growth done? So right now it's growing new roots at the moment, and I don't know what that pointy thing at the bottom is. If it's a flower spike, I'll be happy, because again I love the flowers on this one. And they have this curious habit of pointing downwards, so the lip faces downwards. The flowers from the top don't look that attractive, but you have to go underneath to see the colors and all. This is my only Tolumnia. This is Gyrac Flyer Golden Fan, and it's the only Tolumnia which has remained alive for this long and actually seems to be thriving, and it is growing a lot of roots and two new growths. And again they have that those little red spots, which means I'm giving them the good light, so hopefully both of them will bloom. This is my only Ionopsis, and again it's most likely the only Ionopsis I'm ever going to have, most likely. This is Ionopsis utricularioides, and it's right now focusing on growing this new growth. It does grow roots every now and again, but again it doesn't grow roots like mad. And it doesn't have that extensive root system, and again the root system is not that, is kind of reluctant to attach to anything. So but again I had this orchid once and I killed it. So this is, I think this is the only Ionopsis which I have which has lasted this long. I mean the first Ionopsis that I have which has lasted this long. This is my new acquisition, my only Bulbophyllum. This one got watered properly. It's raining outside, so I think a lot of rain fell on it. This is Bulbophyllum grandiflorum, and it's right now growing this new growth here, which is just starting its roots. I don't know whether you can see, but again Bulbophyllum is another genus which I had earlier, but mine got fungal rot, so I'm trying again. This is my only Rhynchostylis retusa, and it's right now fully into growth. It's growing roots and leaves. But as far as compared to my other vandas, this is growing very slowly. That leaf started back in March, and it has only grown that much in around 2 to 3 months. So it's growing slowly but surely. Thank you.